Peitu washte, ama washte, makiape, tate homni wakewi, wakia tonyawe, ni chamax na sinuyan pogo kamamati se what's it tusquakian sigasun, chipetquacas ni pesos go eguakis and pesos go. I greet you all, and I'm making this short video in honor of the missing and murdered women all over the world, not just on Turtle Island. There's women that have suffered everywhere, and this is why I think this tremendous woman spirit has woken and is waking us all up. And she's waking us all up because if we don't stop and think about what we're doing and decolonize the way that we're thinking and doing, we're going to suffer even more than we already are. My name is Nina, and I am with the Idle No More movement, but I'm also a grandmother and a mother, and I have a deep respect for the people on the ground who are doing the work that needs to be done to deal with the issues that we're facing. We need to depoliticize everything. We need to deconstruct everything and rebuild back up. And that's going to take a lot of work. And right now, my heart goes out to those ones that are diligently putting their time and effort and energy into doing that work, and who are not really recognized. Those are the ones that are the movers and the shakers. And there's a lot of people who are affiliated with different political organizations who also do a lot of work. But what I'm saying is, if we're really truly going to decolonize, we really truly need to move away from the way the politics has us all by the throat. So I've decided to send this video out in hopes that we can look at the correlation between the violence and the violations of our women and Mother Earth. We have so many teachings about Mother Earth, and all we need to do is keep it simple and look back to the basic teachings and stories, because this is where our instructions lie. The women were gifted with keeping those instructions and safeguarding them for this time. This is the time when we should be passing on the information to our men and our children and our young people, because that's what the grandmother warrior spirit, that's what she does. And at this time also, we need to look at ways that patriarchy and domination has completely taken over our societies, taken over the way we do our governance and the way we even do our ceremonies. And slowly we're finding our ways back to what was original and what we had always. It's painful. It's taking a lot of work, and it couldn't be done without the spirit, without the grandmothers and the grandfathers and the creator of all good things. It couldn't be done without any of those things. So in making a long story short, I wanted to talk about this violence and violation against women and the missing and murdered women cause here on Turtle Island, or on North America and South America, and basically all over the world. We have a crisis, and we need to face that, and we need to support those people who are on the ground, who are doing that tremendous work of trying to educate and trying to keep our people safe. It's a dangerous place out there for women. Sometimes when things happen in relationships, a woman has to worry if she's going to be killed. She has to worry if she's going to be hurt, seriously injured. And we need to really think about that and stop that. And it's going to take all of us. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen with one. It has to happen with all of us. And so when we take the time to put a stop to those things in whatever ways we're working at, we also need to encourage one another, because this work can be daunting, this work can be difficult. And for most people who do this from the ground up, this isn't work, this is a way of life, and this is cleaning that up, what we have been infected with, this sickness that we have been infected with. And it's like a greed that's feasting on our people. And so we need to really remember how we can honor and support those women whose lives were sacrificed, and how did they go, and did they go in vain? We can't let that be that way. We have to honor them and honor the ones that get left behind, the children and the parents and the family. So that's some of the things that are happening right now. I'm very pleased to know people who are really working hard to make life easier for some of the survivors, the ones that get left behind and who always are in grief mode. As a child of 7 and a young woman of 23, I ran across 2 serial killers in my life. And one was killing children and one was killing women, Native women. And for some reason, I was able to not get pulled into that. I came across them. They were a part of my life for a short time. Not any big significant part of my life, but they were in my life. And I'll never forget how I seen some of those women for the last time, not knowing that I would never see them again. So that is where my heart lies, is with the ones that are grieving and the ones that are hurt. And I make this video in honor of that, and with no disrespect at all. I'm asking the world to keep watching out for us, because we're not going anywhere. We want to stay as Lakota, Lakota, Anishinaabe, Nihil, Squaw. We don't want to be a statistic. And the more that the world knows the truth, we're harder to kill, we're harder to take out. But the world must understand that there are things going on here in Canada that is not being told out there. The way that corporations are set up, and the way that they're holding hands with our some of our leadership and some of our federal government is a shame. It's a real shame, because there is a tie between the way our earth is destroyed and the way our women are slaughtered. So I'm asking the world to please pay attention and to give some time to research what's really happening here. This past winter, we had to really work hard to get messages out, and everyone all over the world were so helpful in spreading the word, spreading the messages. And so that's where the power lies with the people, and that's part of depoliticizing everything, right from ourselves to the systems that we're being held captive in, and right into our own families and our relationships with one another, and especially to the land, our languages, things like that. So in honor of those women that lost their lives, and those ones that are still out there and we can't find you, or we can't find them, we pray for you, and we pray for the ones that are missing you. And we ask that you all somehow lift that smudge or whatever you use when you pray. Lift those and work with those, and ask that woman spirit to help us so that we can find closure for families, and that woman spirit in the earth, that she can help us straighten some of this out with all the exploitation that's happening. We don't want her to be so traumatized that she can no longer sustain her children. We need her as much as we need to help each other. There is no other way. So don't forget about us here in Canada. I thank you all for participating in whatever ways you can. Some of us can do more work than others physically on the ground, and some just can't. There's no competition. It isn't about that. It is just about doing what we can do. And some of us can only do minimal things, but even those things are huge to the spirit world. Just like when you feast your relatives, that little bit of food that you cooked, it's like a huge smorgasbord for the spirit world. So every little bit counts, and all of us are the same and equal that way. In our ceremonial way, we're that way. We're children. We don't know anything. And so with that, I ask you to honor the missing and murdered women and all of those that they've left behind, and all of those that are doing the hard work. Thank you.